All right, guys, let's check out the latest in Belgium. Fox News Channel's Greg Palcott. He's live on the ground in Brussels. Greg, what's the latest?
Charles, the Brussels airport behind me is now under guard by Belgian troops after the terrible terror there and at a subway stop inside the city. This is the focus of the police now zeroes in on one of the key suspects, which was identified in a surveillance picture. Also with this man in white, we saw two men in black, believed to be two suicide bombers from that terror spree. The police are going door to door, house to house. They believe that they have found the bomb factory for all the explosives that were used during this day of horror. They also found in that apartment one bomb with nails in it and also chemicals to the side, as well as an ISIS flag. Again, the death toll from the terror both here and at that subway stop, the several blasts resulting in over 30 people dead, more than 200 people injured, and among the injured we now know 9 Americans, an active service member, a U.S. Air Force officer, and his wife and 4 children, as well as 3 Mormon missionaries. Just some of the horrors happening here in Brussels. It is a city on edge, a city on high alert for any more trouble. Back to you, Charles.
Thanks very much, Greg Palcott. Back with me, Steve Rogers and Morgan Ortegas. All right, Steve, we keep talking about this, and we know how Europe got themselves into this particular pickle. One of the big problems is, particularly in Brussels, it's such a hotbed. They've allowed these neighborhoods where they're so densely populated, where someone who can help be a mastermind of the Paris attacks hides out almost in plain sight for 4 months and only really caught from someone dropping a dime. Who knows what that was all about? They knew something was going to happen. They knew retaliation was coming and could not stop it. I mean, that's horrifying.
It is. And, Charles, they need our help. Look, while the president is doing the...
Well, they accept our help. I mean, because Belgium and France, they don't even talk.
Yeah, but I'm talking about real help, okay? While the president is doing the wave at the baseball game tonight, he's got to be worried about the wave of bombings that might come here. He needs to be in that situation room. He needs to bring the allies in, and he has to lead. Look, this is not a law enforcement problem. This is a military problem. These are military operations against the security of the European states as well as the United States of America.
You know, it's so funny because I remember being appalled when, President Obama, of course, golfing after, people died serving his country. I thought his address from the White House ahead of riots in Ferguson was stupid and ridiculous. And, the man just has his priorities incorrect. But we hope the next president does better, Morgan. But what would be the first thing they should do?
Well, we talked about this earlier. I think one of the first things that we need to do is we need to strengthen the relationship with our allies that we have cast aside for the past 7 or 8 years.
Does that mean we give them more money, more troops? How do we strengthen that?
Well, absolutely. We're going to have to work together with the Europeans and with our partners in the Middle East to come up with a solution in Syria. It's definitely going to mean more troops. I mean, I don't know necessarily about more money, but it means that we have to, as an American president, we have to lead.
And let them know, Charles, that we're not going to withdraw, withdraw from them, but we're ready to engage side by side with them.
Yeah, this way maybe we'll get some of the locals to fight alongside. Thanks a lot, guys. Well, here at home, Arizona is on its way to a record voter turnout. We're going to head out to the polling station after this short break, and we'll discuss tonight's elections.